Welcome back, you beautiful souls, to part 2 of What If Izuku Midoriya Had an Edit Quirk. Where we last left off, Izuku was in the hospital with All Might, and he had learned that All Might had gotten injured, and he learned how One for All was actually created. This will expand his knowledge about what quirks can do, but he still hasn't discovered that he can really, like, his quirk to its fullest extent can alter fundamentally a quirk. But he still, his quirk still has the limit of the edited quirk has to be similar to the old one. Simply before, speaking biologically, it will, that way there's no rejection of the quirk. And that's because of what happened with his mother, and then subsequently what happened with him when he had that massive migraine that kind of put him out for a couple of days. So in this, Izuku will begin to on the weekends start meeting up with All Might, and he will be staying in a hotel for a yeah. At first, it'll be a hotel room for a few months, and then All Might finally has him come to and stay at his place. But that's probably about a year or 2 years off. So Izuku will be traveling to Tokyo via car because of or by train. And it will only take a couple of hours either way. So Izuku most of the time catches a train. When he gets off school, he immediately rushes home to pack up a couple of things, or to grab his a gym bag that has a couple of days worth of clothes and a few workout clothes. And Inko during this time will always hug him and ask him and tell him, make sure that he's gonna be safe, and to call her in the evenings after he gets done with his training to let her know how he's doing. So Izuku, he starts disappearing on the weekends, and it bothers Katsuki because he kind of avoids this is about 2 weeks after the whole meetup, and Katsuki asks him the third week, and Izuku kind of avoids the question, and this pisses Katsuki off because it's damn nerd, what the hell are you doing? And in Katsuki's mind, it's more so driving him to train a lot more, because he thinks the damn nerds probably training, because there are noticeable differences. Izuku has started to show signs of being more toned out, which will push Katsuki even more. And then we cut to Setsuna, and she hasn't really heard anything from Katsuki or from, in her mind, Bakugo or Izuku. They have talked via text, but it's not. They haven't in a month actually met up and hung out. So during the week, during like the middle of the third week, Katsuki basically pushes Izuku against the wall one day, and he's like, "Damn nerd, what the hell's going on? Why do you keep disappearing on the weekends? And why the hell haven't you been returning my damn calls on the weekend?" And Izuku's like, "Gachan, I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it. It's about the..." And Izuku looks around, and he's like, "It's about the agency, Gachan. I can't talk about it." Katsuki puts him down, and he's like, "Damn nerd, you could have at least let me know you were going through that crap again. Is everything okay?" And Izuku's like, "Yeah, but..." And then Katsuki's phone rings, and he's like, "Why the hell did I give her my number? Ugh." Izuku's like, "Wait, who?" And Katsuki shows the phone, and Izuku's like, "Oh crap!" And Katsuki's like, "What, Deku, you damn nerd? Did you forget to actually talk to her too?" And Izuku's like, "Yeah." And Katsuki's like, answers his phone. He's like, "What is it?" "Yeah, he's in front of me." "No, he's just had a lot of crap going on, okay?" "Fine." And he shoves the phone into Izuku's chest. And Katsuki begins to smile because he starts hearing yelling on the other side. And Izuku's like, I'm sorry, I've been away on the weekends, and well, stuff's been happening with my quirk, and I've been going to the hospital a lot." And then Setsuna finally sounds like, "Well, it's been over a month since we've met up on the weekends and hung out. You two are gonna meet me at the cafe that we usually go to this weekend." And Izuku's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm really sorry. I'll call you later on today. Me and Kachan gotta get back to class." So Izuku hangs up the phone, and Katsuki snatches it from it, and it's like, "Look, Deku, I'm sorry for blowing up. I hope everything's going okay. I may not say this, but your family, okay? Even though I may brag on you or pick on you something from time to time, it's just annoying and frustrating. You're just too much, you're so damn nerdy all the time." Izuku goes, "Yeah, I'm sorry, Kachan." And Katsuki creates a social, she's like, "What did you say?" Izuku then smiles like, "Well, Setsuna kind of strong-armed me into us. Well, you kind of got drug into it too. I'm sorry. She wants to meet up this Saturday." And Katsuki's like, "Well, is that going to interfere with your appointment?" And Izuku's like, "No, I can clear up this weekend, though Sunday I may have to meet up. Though Sunday I may not be able to get off." So so that afternoon, Izuku calls up All Might, and he's like, "Sensei, I can't come this weekend. I've been kind of neglecting my friends, and well, one of them, she's really upset with me, and I'm really sorry. I know we had plans to go to really test my quirk out a little bit." And All Might's like, "Young Midoriya, that's totally fine. I also have been getting behind on some paperwork. I should really get a hang of that. I guess it's bad habits rubbing off on you. My bad habits been rubbing off on you. My apologies about that." And Izuku's like, oh, no, Sensei, it's totally fine. I get it. And I've been thinking about telling them about my quirk more. And All Might's like, that probably wouldn't be a good idea. At least not tell them the whole truth. And Izuku's like, yeah, I understand that. It was just, I thought about telling him that I had another quirk evolve, and well, quirk I got from Mom, it works completely different than the way her quirk works, so it would make sense. Well, Kachan, he may put two and two together, but I doubt it. And, well, Satsuma, she doesn't really know what my quirk actually is. She just thinks I have a reading quirk, and, like, I'm fairly certain Kachan may have talked to her about it. But it's different. I haven't really told her what my quirk actually does. And, well, Kachan doesn't know the exact details either. And All Might's like, well, in that case, young Midori, you do what you need to do, but you do need to keep the secret of my quirk you do need to keep my quirk a secret. And Yusuke's like, yeah, I know, Sensei. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry I can't meet up this weekend. So, the weekend comes, and Izuku meets up with Katsuki at the train station. And Katsuki's like, so you're actually coming. I thought I'd be stuck with her, like, again. Like, last time. And Izuku's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Kachan. And also, the reason why I've been going for training is, well, I had another quirk come in. And Kachan's like, wait, what? And Izuku's like, yeah, apparently I actually have my mom's quirk similar to my mom, and I had a headache, and I was actually incapacitated that weekend, and I just didn't know how to tell you to. I didn't want to worry you, and, well, Satsuna, she's always seemed a little off about me. I don't know what it is. So they go and they meet up with her, and Izuku's in deep thought. And so Izuku, he's standing there at the counter, and Satsuna, she's going, Izuku, 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 whack! As she smacks him in the back of the head, like lightly, and he's like, oh, he's like, damn nerd, order already. Izuku, are you okay? And he's like, oh, sorry. Yes, I'll have the usual. Deku, were you nerding out again? Bakugo! It's fine, Suna. Yeah, Kachan, I was just... Even as, like, someone begins to fall, Izuku just kind of reaches his hand out and catches him with his telekinesis quirk. And Katsuki thought Izuku was kind of joking about it, and then Satsuna, she's like, what? And they get their drinks and, like, their food. They did order, like, some food, and they go sit down at the table that they usually sit down at. And Satsuna's just eyeing Izuku, and she's like, Izuku, what? You have another quirk? And he says, well, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. talk to Kachad a little bit about it. And Izuku, he puts his head down, like, kind of bowing. It's like, I'm sorry I've been ignoring you two. I've just been I've been going to the hospital a lot because my mom's quirk, when it reawakened, she had a lot of health issues, and, well, I was kind of in a coma last time. I was supposed to meet up with you, Suna, and she's like, "What? You're hurt? Are you okay? Are you gonna be fine? What's going on? What can your quirk do?" And Izuku's like, I'm fine. The doctor said that I shouldn't have any chances, but I should take it easy, because I could have a relapse. Katsuki's like starting creating explosions. Damn nerd! He's getting stronger! Kind of thing. And so they get their food and they're talking, and Izuku's like, I'm really sorry I didn't tell you. And she's like, well, you're worried me even more. I thought that you guys didn't like me anymore. And Izuku, like, Katsuki's like, kind of goes, oh, fucking nerd, don't even realize it. She probably doesn't fucking realize it either. Like, just thinking to himself, because mind you, they're about 11 at this point. So this is, well, Katsuki's 11, and the other two are 10 or turning 11. So Izuku, he really apologizes, and he says, and I'm sorry I haven't been returning texts. I've had a lot going on. So she's like, it's fine, Izuku, just next time if something like this happens, let me know why you're not talking. And so they finish up. They go to an arcade. They hang out for a couple of hours, and then they make their way to, like, the train station. And at the train station, Izuku, like, says his goodbyes, and on the ride home, Katsuki, like, is like, so I guess you're not gonna be able to train with me on the weekends, and now you have a telekinesis quirk like your mother. When are you gonna stop getting stronger? Can I be pushing? And Izuku's like, Kachan, I can always help improve your quirk. And Katsuki's like, damn nerd, I don't want to freaking cheat. Fine, whatever. At least they offered. Like, why haven't you ever asked me for it? And Katsuki's like, and mind you, they're in a cart by themselves, because in Japan you wouldn't actually speak on the train. Well, there is someone, but they're on the other side. Because, like, in Japan you don't really talk on, like, the trainway system. It's kind of considered rude to be listening to music out loud or to actually having a conversation. So they are having a quiet conversation so they don't disturb, like, the couple passengers that are on the other side of the train, like their car. And Johnson's like, I want to prove that I'm better than you with my own damn power, okay? And Izuku's like thinking, he's like, well, if you... Izuku's thinking, it's like, well, if you find... would he, like, deny the quirk like I did? Kind of thing. So, Now we're gonna have a 3-year time skip. And during this time, Izuku went from, like I said at the beginning of the video, staying at a hotel room to actually staying with All Might. And All Might has been getting, because I would assume All Might actually has a house where he has like a tree, like he has a gym and everything. So Izuku, he's gotten more muscular. He's been able to like actually use his telekinesis quirk more. And Izuku like flat is sitting there one day and his phone rings. Because I would say this is during the summer, and Izuku had told his friends that he's going to be going away for a few months, like during the break. And he looks at phone and he's like, "Oh crap! I forgot to. Oh shit!" And All Might's like, "Midoriya, what's wrong?" And he's like, "My friends are in town and they want to meet up." So easy. All Might's like, "That kind of works out. We were just talking the other day about maybe bringing your friends over so that they can actually receive some training." Because during this time, All Might and Izuku have really talked, and All Might has become a real mentor to Izuku. And All Might, he's been taking it light because conversations with Sir and him really getting close to Izuku. And Izuku's like, "What that be?" But All Might, I'm not ready for that. And he's like, "Well, young Midoriya, you should, after you get done hanging out with your friends, at least bring the young Bakugo by. I believe it's about time he finds out the truth." And he's like, "You think that's okay, All Might? You really think that's appropriate?" And he's like, "Well, from what you've been telling me about the young boy, and well, if he is a good candidate, I need to actually talk with him and see where he's at." So Izuku, he goes and meets up with his friends, and he's happy. He's been working on his quirk. He's actually has been working at a clinic to like help more people with his edit portion, to kind of get rid of certain aspects with some mutation quirks that kind of hamper people's life. And this is done under the supervision of Recovery Girl, because she has been brought in knowing, because she, for Christ's sake, she knows about One for All. So this, she was shocked to learn that someone has a quirk like that, but then she asks, "All Might, did you pass the boy on your quirk?" And All Might's like, "No, I haven't," in those conversations. So he has been traveling, he has been working with Recovery Girl to like kind of learn more about his quirk and to learn more medical knowledge. And this has had a side effect where Izuku has gotten a little bit smarter than his canon counterpart. He knows a little bit more medical knowledge because All Might had sat down and had a conversation with her and Izuku, because she found out that Izuku can actually make a duplicate quirk inside of someone that can be passed on, and they're working towards Izuku potentially doing this with someone with a regen quirk. And all the while, Izuku has learned more about Setsuna's quirk, where if one of the parts gets destroyed, they'll over some time, they'll regenerate that portion. And Izuku's he has been thinking about this. He hasn't told All Might or Recovery Girl about what he's planning. Matter of fact, he hasn't actually talked to anyone. So we cut to when Izuku meets up with them, and Izuku's like, Kachan, Suna! And he's waving them down, and they kind of run up to him. And Gosh is like, damn nerd, you could have came and visit us at least during like the break. And Izuku's like, yeah, well, things happened, and I'm sorry I couldn't come and have dinner. I'm sorry I couldn't come and visit you on your birthday. And it's like, wait, you had your birthdays recently? And he's like, yeah, Kachan, his birthday was a couple of months ago. And Suzuna's like, well, it's kind of my fault. I didn't ask when your birthday was. Wait a minute, Izuku, your birthday's coming up soon, right? And Katsu's like, kind of rolls his eyes, like, when will they both realize that they like each other? And Izuku's like, yeah, well, I had planned on actually taking a couple of days off to come and hang out with you guys on my birthday. Kind of looking down, and he's like, Kachan, would you want to spend time on my birthday with me? And Katsuki kind of puts his hand on like Izuku's shoulder, creating a little bit of an explosion, making a thing. And he's like, ow, Kachan! Katsuki's like, damn nerd, when was the last time I didn't show up to your birthday? And Izuku's like, you didn't show up to my 5th or 6th birthday, Kachan. Izuku kind of, like, Katsuki kind of goes, yeah, sorry about that. At this moment, Suzuna kind of, like, smacks Katsuki in the back of the head, and he's like, what was that for? Well, you hurt Izuku. He's like, nah, he didn't hurt me. It wasn't a serious one. It was more like a punch. Well, what do you guys want to do? I know a couple of places. There's also this really cool arcade that, well, you have to sign some waiver forms, but you can somewhat use your quirk at this place. And Katsuki goes wide and it's like, wait, what? And Izuku's like, yeah, apparently some hero opened up an arcade, and a lot of the games are geared towards, like, actually using your quirk. And, well, you kind of need... Oh, crap. We can't do that because, like, your parents need to sign off on it. Or a guardian. And they are like... Katsu's like... well, I guess we know what we're going to be doing on your birthday. And Izuku's like... yeah, that actually works. Well, there's also this restaurant that I've been wanting to try out. I haven't had time to, like, actually try this place out yet. At this point, like, Setsura's, like, stomach kind of growls a little bit, and Izuku looks over and is like, wait, are you actually hungry? And at this point, Izuku's stomach growls a little bit, and Izuku's like, did you skip breakfast too. And they both kind of begin to laugh. So they make it to the restaurant. And it's like a Western style restaurant. So they go in, they get food, and they are talking, and then Katsuki's like, "So how's the training been going?" And Izuku's like, "I've gotten a really good hold on my second quirk." And Katsuki's like, "Well, you're not the only one that's actually gotten better with their quirk. Isn't it right, Setsuna?" And she's like, "Yeah, seeing that how hard you've been working, and, well, how this damn knucklehead has been working, it's kind of pushed me to actually work out. I can send my body parts a little bit further and have better control over them." And he's like, "That's really good." And he looks at him, he's like, "Do you mind?" And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Well, I want to see, like, your progress." And she's like, "But we can't use our quirks here." And Yuzuki's like, "Well, there's also my one quirk that I can..." And Katsuki's like, he's asking to see like, "Wow, Kachan, wow, you're probably actually stronger than me right now." Katsuki's like grins, is like, "You damn, are you just saying that?" And he's like, no, like, whoa, your progress is insane." And then he turns to Setsuna and is like, your regen factor, it's gotten stronger." And she's like, "Yeah, I figured out that I that just by practicing, taking, like, separating, like, a tip of my finger or something like that, and then just, like, destroying it, kind of just working on it. Like, just small parts of my body. Nothing, like, too drastic to where it would cause, like, issues. But, like, a fingernail here, a tooth there, things, and like, a little bit of, well," she blushes a little bit, and he was like, not questioning it. And she's like, "Yeah, I've been practicing moving small parts of my body to, like, help out with just possibly training." And Izuku's like, "That's amazing." And so after they finish like their meal and like their topics, they walk Setsuna to like the train station because Katsuki has gotten permission from his mom to like actually get a motel room. And like they have actually, he's already like went by before because he is going to spend the weekend there, which honestly, like honestly, I'll admit I actually wrote this in just a couple of moments ago because I was discussing with a friend on Discord, Kitsune, um, about it, and I was deciding on who should learn about why Izuku like really like learn the whole truth behind it of why Izuku isn't been hanging out and why he disappeared over the week for like one of the breaks. Like, which one should learn it first? And this is really just plot convenience and plot armor. This is a plot armor moment. So, after they say their goodbyes to Setsuna and they make sure she because they do hang out with her until she boards her train, and Izuku gives her a hug, and Katsuki does the same thing but more like before. Like, well, no, they don't hug. They shake hands. Katsuki says, "And you, I'm gonna be back in like this week, like next weekend. Me and you, we're gonna work on our hand-to-hand training, okay? Also, there's some things I'd like to discuss with you." Kind of cracking his knuckles a little bit, which makes her gulp, and then she shakes her head and it's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to come, but we definitely get take this permission slip with you and get your mom to fill it out." And Katsuki's like, "Yeah, and Izuku, when I leave this weekend, I'll make sure that mom gets mine filled out too. This arcade, it sounds pretty fun." Izuku's like, "Yeah." So they say their goodbyes and finalize. She gets on the train, and as she's leaving, like Izuku smiles and like waves at her. She blushes a little bit. Izuku doesn't notice, but Katsuki does, and he's like, "Does she even know she likes him?" So Izuku then walks Katsuki to the hotel, and this is a little bit evening, and he's like, "Hey, Kachan, can you meet me at this address? Like, meet me at that convenience store on the corner in the morning. There's someone I'd like you to meet." And Katsuki's like, "Huh, wait." And over on the night, like, Katsuki goes into his room. And some of you are probably like, they're 13. Why would he be in a room by himself? Well, in Japan, kids have more. It's one of those cultural differences that it like explaining it, because I have talked to a few friends and I have seen other YouTubers about it. But yeah, it's a cultural difference thing, so don't pay too much attention to it. And I know it is a little young, so Godski, like Mitsuki did find a hotel that is locked up, and they explained the situation to the front desk clerk that no one's allowed up, and that he's supposed to be in before those time. And this is like a high-end motel, like a high-end hotel. And so he The next morning comes and Katsuki meets up with Izuku, and Katsuki's like, so who were we supposed to be meeting up with? And Izuku smiled like, that's a surprise, Katsu. You're gonna really enjoy this. And, well, he's someone that inspires a lot of people. And Katsuki goes, wait, it couldn't be. We're in Tokyo. That means. Katsuki begins to smile, and so they make their way to a hero agency. And Izuku's like, and Katsuki's like, you damn nerd, this is who's been training you! And Izuku's like, yeah, I'm sorry. You can understand now why I didn't tell you, right? And Katsuki kind of like blasts, like, while, like, makes a little explosion. And Izuku sees it, and the explosion kind of comes out of, like, Katsuki's, like, elbow. And he's like, again, he punches Izuku, and it's like, so does that mean that. Wait, why are you telling me this now? Well, I've been talking with him, and he wants to meet you. So, Katsuki, he's just like, he's ecstatic at this. So, they come in, and the clerk, like, looks up, and she first goes tell, like, like, Katsuki is like, young man, you can't. Oh, Midoriya, you're here. Yes. All Might, he's been expecting you. Wait, this is the friend you were supposed to bring by, right? Music is like, yeah, sorry I didn't call ahead and say when we would be arriving. And he's like, is he doing paperwork? And the clerk says, yeah, he's in a conference call right now, so I'll page him and let him know that you two are heading up. So they make their way to the elevator, and Katsuki's just amazed. He's seeing other pros there, and he's like, that's. And Izuku's like, yep. And he punches Izuku's like, damn nerd, you've been holding out on me all these years. I'm pissed at you right now. But, I mean, meaning All Might. And Izuku's like, yeah, I had the same reaction too, you know. Yeah, and Asu's like, yeah, and you probably nerded out. You probably, like, mumbled, went into, like, your mumble rant, and just probably freaked out and, like, passed out. And Izuku's like, yeah, Gotcha, that didn't happen. So they make it to All Might's office, and yeah, and Sturge there as well. And Gotcha's like, you're Sir Night-Eye. You're All Might's sidekick. And Sturge's like, looking at All Might, and All Might's like, well, sir, I have some things I would like to discuss with the young boys. Sir rolls his eyes and walks out. He's already not happy about like Bakyo, because him and All Might just had a conversation about potentially passing, like, One for All on to the boy. And during their conversation, All Might did say, Togara kid, he sounds very promising. No. No. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, that wouldn't have happened because they're 13, and Mirio, he's only 2 years. He's only about 2 years older than them. Well, he's 2 years older than Izuku, but, like, less than 2 years older than Katsuki, I believe. Because he's yeah. So they wouldn't have met up already. So Izuku, like, All Might says they had been having a conversation about this, and sir, he's like, well, All Might, I'll be looking for other candidates, and you need to take more time. You shouldn't have been, you've hurt yourself more. I mean, oh my, like, sir has learned about what they plan on doing, and he's actually shocked that Izuku doesn't want the quirk, and he's like, wow. He's actually quite impressed with Izuku at this point, because they have had training sessions with before, when All Might couldn't do it because he was doing some hero work. So Izuku learned about Sir Night Eye's quirk, and they had some conversations, and I will go into that in later parts. But we're going to get into this. So Sir leaves, and he's like, "Oh, sir, please close the door behind you." So he closes the door, and Katsuki's just looking, because right in front of him, he had, like, from the moment he entered the building, like, knew he'd be meeting All Might, but, like, just All Might standing there in front of him is a whole different situation for him. Because even in canon, Katsuki and Izuku are huge fanboys of All Might, but Izuku, he's just on that other level, like Sir Night Eye. He composes himself, and he's like, "You really, All Might, can I get your autograph?" And All Might kind of laughs, and he's like, "You're a young Bakugo, correct?" He's like, internally, he's like, "Oh, Might knows my name," but then he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. He's been training Izuku." He's like, "Young Midoriya here. He's told me a lot of good things about you. I wanted to offer you something. It's not really an internship, but on the weekends, Izuku, over the past couple of years, he's been coming here to get some training with me because of well, I'm assuming," he looks at Izuku, because he hasn't really, since he talked to Izuku, he's like, "Yeah, All Might, he knows what my quirk does." And he's like, "Since the nature of young Midoriya's quirk here, the government kind of asked me to help him out a little bit. Plus, with his other quirk coming in, he needed some help because, well, we didn't want a situation where the young boy, something happens to him and becomes a villain." Which Katsuki's like, "Yeah, well, All Might, to be frank with you, I don't think this damn nerd would ever become a villain. If anything, become an anti-hero, if anything, or a vigilante. How much he admires you." "Wait, what? Wait, you're offering to train me?" But then he's like, "Izuku, but what about in..." He's like, "Oh crap. All my, our other friend, Katsuki's they've been working with each other to, like, work on their quirks. And also, we have plans to, next..." Because obviously this is probably about 3 weeks before Izuku's birthday, nearing the, this is about 2 weeks before, Izuku's birthday. In 2 weekends, my birthday's coming up, and, well, we had plans to go to that arcade. "Oh, yes, that one. Make sure you guys get the appropriate forms filled out, otherwise you won't be able to use your quirks while you're there." And All Might's like, young Bakugo. Yes, you're correct. I want to start helping you out. And, well, you're going to have your mom fill out these. As he pulls out, like, a little bit of a folder. And he's like, uh, sure, All Might. This is me. Like, think it'd be possible if she can, if what our other friend, if she can come along sometimes. And All Might's like, young Midoriya, with you two and also the hero work, it will be stretching my schedule a little thin. So that ends, and well, the next day Izuku walks with Katsuki to like the train station, and Katsuki says his goodbyes, and he's like, "Damn nerd, I'm upset with you, but." And then he's like, "You gotta keep it a secret, Kachan. You know, because, well, he put a target on you." And he's like, "Yeah, I know, Dirt. I'm not gonna tell her. Plus, I kind of overheard. Like, he is the number one hero, after all. He does have a limited schedule. Obviously, between his hero work and helping you out." So afterwards, goes back to All Might's house, and All Might is there because he decided to stop in to check up on Izuku, because he did do some hero work. And he comes in, Izuku's actually cooking like some food, and he's like, "Oh, Midoriya, you're here. Give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna go shower and." Oh, as like he brushes a little bit of rubble off of like his shoulder, and he's like, "Oh my, are you okay?" Oh my's like, "Yeah," out of like he kind of deflates, and Izuku's like sees that All Might's actually been looking a little bit more sick lately. So All Might comes out, and Izuku already has like food prepped, and All Might just goes, "Oh, Midoriya, you didn't have to make some for me too. I could have did it myself." And Izuku's like, "Oh my, you've been helping me out, and also I'm a guest in your home. It's only fair that I pull my weight around here. You haven't been charging me anything for me to stay here, and you've kind of been supporting me." And All Might's like, "Midoriya, we've spoken about this. You don't have to feel ashamed about this. Think of this place as your second home. Because, after all, you have been living here quite a bit." And then he sees the look on Izuku's face, and he's like, "What is it?" And Izuku's like, "Oh my, this is kind of telling about someone else's quirk, but our other friend that I wanted to talk about. I'm fairly certain she won't take your quirk. She does want to be a hero, but she doesn't want to be a hero like you. She wants to kind of be a hero like Hawks." And Mike just goes, "That guy. So what is it?" "Well, she has her quirk. It's weird. She can produce scales on her skin, gives her a little bit more like endurance. She can also separate body parts and control them telekinetically." And All Might's like, "Did you?" And he's like, Oh, no, I didn't do anything with her quirk, and actually, she's never asked. It's probably like something Kachan said once, but that's besides the point. The other thing is, I think she also has a minor regeneration quirk built into this. All Might's eyes go wide a little bit because he realized what Izuku's talking about. And All Might is like, huh, so you're thinking maybe you can alter her quirk. And he's just like, yeah, but I don't want to hurt her or you. I'm still working on that. And All Might's like, well then, young Midoriya. Well, have you talked to her about it yet? And he's like, no, I wanted to actually speak with you in private about it first. Well, Midoriya, get some rest, because tomorrow, I've actually cleared my schedule. Tomorrow we're really going to be training. And he goes, okay. Because, Midoriya, since you're going to be taking a weekend off to hang out with your friends, the training's going to be intense. Ha 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 ha. And with that, you beautiful souls, I'm going to end this here. Comment down below. I know this series, it seems a little dry compared to the others, but I really want to build this up because there's a lot of stuff that we have to unpack and really build up to Izuku getting to UA. There's a couple of people that Izuku has met, and well, when we get to UA or before that, we'll do some flashback scenes to really cover a lot of this stuff because it could some of their interactions could potentially spoil plot points that I have set up in the future. So that's why I made this story the way it is. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think? If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. With that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful souls in the next video. The like goal for this one is the standard 100 likes. Or, no, I'm going to do 50 likes for this video. And you'll get a new part soon. And if you get 500 likes on this video within 24 hours, you'll be getting the next part the next day or the day after that. Peace out, you beautiful souls.